Given you permission.
Okay, the recording is started. Maybe you can continue the discussion that we missed in the record recording, Mr.
Okay.
Peter.
So the thing is,
Well,
okay, yeah, Peter, can you do you have any question?
okay, sir. Well, sir, I don't think I can ask any question now because I would only drag us back most of the things I missed out. I just have to catch up. I'm going to have to read from some materials, and maybe when we meet the next time,
Okay,
I could ask some possible questions and
of
see
course,
how
of course, no
we can
problem, no problem. Keep in touch with me, okay? We'll meet again, inshallah.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So
Thank you so much, sir.
so fine by we were sort of like, do you wanna continue the question answer session, or do you wanna? Is there
No,
more
no,
of
no,
like?
no, 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 no. The lecture is done.
Okay,
But
so let's.
so you were actually asking about how we can believe that nothing is changes, because our common sense is giving us this idea that okay, there is a lot of change going on everywhere. But the
Yeah,
problem is,
yeah.
actually Parmenides, he is not
Right.
using any other category. He is just thinking about being and not being. So everything falls under being. So everything is already
Okay.
given being. So there is no chance of any change if nothing is coming outside being, and outside being is nothing. Anything which is not
Wow.
being is nothing, right? So nothing cannot
Okay.
give birth to any being. So nothing can come out of nothing. So being is always being. And if something is being is coming out of being, and this is not becoming. This is not something new. So being is always being. So the one thing that we can say, that being is just being, and the being is just is. Okay, it is temporally infinite,
Okay.
but specially finite according to Parmenides. Okay,
Okay.
but there is a debate whether the being is finite or infinite. Okay, because Melissus, one of his disciples, used to say that being should be infinite, because being is bounded by the not being. So not being means nothing. When something is bounded by nothing, that means it is unbounded. Okay, infinite. So this was his logic.
Wow.
So
This
so
was the
basically,
controversy.
Okay.
like it seems that he only saw one category, being, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
because he
yeah,
restricted himself to that one category, he doesn't
yeah.
admit any other thing. Like so all you
No,
can
no.
talk about is being.
In a specific sense, you see, you cannot oppose Parmenides, surprisingly, because he will always say,
Okay.
okay, you are are you not, you may say that why you are not saying that there is no plurality because I am something distinct from you. And then he will say, are you not part of reality? Are you not a being? Are you not part of being? Are you not inside being? Am I not inside being? We are inside being, so we are being, we are part of being.
Okay, but that's not very clear, because like
Wow.
So
being
we are the
part of
content of
being,
being. Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah,
so that's like I would rebut, and I'd say that, look, you're saying uh, I'm a part of being, and you're part of being. Do you not
yeah.
admit that we are different parts of being? And in that sense,
No.
you have introduced. We have this conception of multiplicity
Mm.
there. Like there is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
different there's within the overarching like
You
being.
will say like our way of talking, the way we talk, okay, we are
Hmm.
habituated to it. We cannot do anything but this. Okay. So even Parmenides will talk as if he believes in plurality. But the thing is, he will always go to the root. He will always say the same thing. So there is just two things, being and not being. So you will agree, okay, of course, being or not being. So being cannot come out of not being. That means nothing can come out of not being. So everything is within being. And if there is a change in being, that means if being gives birth to being, What does it mean? That means that I mean, in true reality, nothing new is happening.
Okay,
Okay.
this leads on to my
So,
second question. This leads on to
Yeah.
my second question. This one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. What
like,
is your?
but then, sir,
sorry, yeah, Peter, like,
Yeah.
do you want to go? Like,
okay,
you want to ask?
I wanted to ask this question then.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
If Parmenides believe that nothing comes out of nothing, and then being comes out of being, doesn't that give us some series of lots of beings without a same like point of specific
So
definite
it's
being?
kind of difficult to hear you, Peter. Can you say a bit loud?
Okay, what I mean, sir, is if Parmenides is that is the being must come out of a being, that leaves us with series of number of beings.
Sorry, Peter, your sound is not clear, so it's very difficult. Rubaiyat, could you hear what
Yeah, no,
Peter said?
the sound is very choppy. Peter, is it possible to type in the chat box? Maybe you can type your question or your comment in the chat box, and then we can read it out, and then we can, like, maybe because the internet, maybe the internet at your end is not, like, carrying your voice, like all the data from your voice totally here. So maybe you can write in the chat box here, and then we can, like, could you hear me?
Peter, can you write your question in the chat box? So I think we will
Maybe,
get.
yeah, maybe you can write the question in the chat box if you can click the chat button there, your screen, or in your computer or in your mobile device, whatever you're using, and then you can try to write out your question. We might sort of see it. Okay, he
Okay.
seems to have, like, logged out. Anyways,
Connection problem.
yeah,
He
it's
had
probably
connection.
connection problem. It's probably connection problem. But anyways, like, so the question that I had here is
Yeah.
about so being arising out of being, right? And then he said,
Yeah.
like, if some being arises out of another being, there's nothing new is coming. So does he?
No.
What would he say to a new being coming out of the old being? So what I'm saying is that from the old being, a new being comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
How would he deal with that? Like, these are both beings, but the new thing that comes, that is a different being. Like, how would he rebut
That
that?
is, if that was not possible, it would not have come. So if it was always possible that things will come, so this is not something new. This is not a change according to him. This is an illusion. According to him, this is an illusion. This is because of our sense perception. So what one thing I can tell, I mean, Aristotle,
Right.
he invented another way of solving this problem. He used to talk about possibility and actuality.
Right. Right.
Okay. So for example, you may have a son. Okay, this is a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay. When you really have your son, this is actuality. So when
Right.
something is actual, when you see
Right.
that you have a son,
Right.
I mean, Aristotle will say that your son was always a possible thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
it was even before his birth,
Yeah.
he existed as a potentiality. So this is
Okay.
not something totally new. So this is how. So I think Aristotle was following Parmenides. I guess from
In that
Parmenides in
respect.
order to solve, because Aristotle also wanted to explain change. Okay, so
Okay.
he was not that much transcendental philosopher like Parmenides. Actually, so we can make a big thing short. We can just say,
Yeah.
like, actually, Parmenides' philosophy is a transcendental one. His
Okay.
idea of being transcends everything, right? In
Okay.
reality, this we can derive that because we cannot qualify his being, because I mean being is everything at the same time nothing. Okay, because there is no change. Okay, there is no movement, there is no space. If whenever you say that being is white or being is red, Parmenides will say this is illusion, because how can being can become something? How can be, it is always is. Okay,
Okay.
so nothing is coming out of being, so it is already present, so you cannot say. So in that case we can say that Parmenides' being is without quality. Okay, and this is a quantity, of course, because he's talked about a sphere, it is infinite. Even if he said it something is infinite, so this is again I mean you can quantify. Infinite is something indeterminate, of course. That's why he talked about something finite. So this is something material, and what you say, but you can quantify it, but actually you cannot give any quality to it. You cannot say like being is this, being is that, being is just is. Okay, so being is something which is beyond our sense perception. That's why we cannot see. Whatever uh, uh, our sense perception give us the idea of the reality is false or illusion, according to Parmenides.
I need to go to my other class, so maybe we can.
Okay.
What do you? I could
Okay,
take permission
so
to.
we can finish this discussion now.
Yeah, inshallah. So we could take up the. I do have some questions, so maybe we could sit later on, and then if you allow, we could
Okay.
even record it
Okay, no
and have
problem.
it.
Thank you very much. See you in the
You're most welcome.
next.
Thank you. That was a
Hello.
wonderful lecture. Thank you very much.
Yeah.